Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie with System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we had a great question. A gentleman was struggling with the new Group Carousel here. We're using the Divi 5 theme and it's one of the inbuilt modules with it and it's absolutely awesome. The gentleman was saying he wanted to use image modules. We've done this before with products and we've done it with posts and things like that. For some reason he was struggling with it and he wanted to be able to click on it, open it in a Lightbox. That's what we've got going on here. And we're just using simple image modules to do this. Really effective. So let's show you how it's done. I'm going to start a new page here. Call yours what you want. And of course, we're going to use the Divi builder. I'm going to build from scratch. And by default, Divi's going to throw in a section, the blue tab, and prompt us to add a row. I'm going to add a single flex column row. Funnily enough, we're going to use the new Group Carousel module. And there we have it. It's popped in a little carousel. This is what we've got here. If we look over on this side, you can tell we're in the Group Carousel up here, is the content. Here's the first slide. If I actually click on it, little pencil icon there, we can go to elements and we can throw in anything we want. We'll hit add element. The gentleman wanted to have image elements that he could pop out into a Lightbox. So we roll down a bit. There's our little image module. Fantastic. Let's choose the image that we want in there. Throw in one of those crazy cars. In the link down below, we want to open this in a Lightbox. And it looks like it's not centered here. So what we can do is make sure that it's full width. I think these images are slightly smaller if I need it here. If you have that problem, we can go to sizing, force full width. There we go. That takes care of that. Obviously, you want to use a resolution of image that's going to fit your size. But we're going to shrink these down anyway because we're going to have 3 slides on ours. Okay, well, let's go back to the Group Carousel, a little grey tab up here. As you can see, we're back there now. Under the content, I'm going to duplicate this a few times for however many slides you want. Now that we've got the settings that we wanted them. As you can see, pagination dots are appearing down here for the number that we've got. I'm going to go into the second one. There's the image. We'll switch it out for a different image. Again, I'm going to go back to the carousel, go to my third one. I'll pause this and do the rest of these quickly. Okay, I'm on the last one now. Perfect. Okay, well, I've thrown a few in there. We've got different images on each one. It's a regular carousel at the moment, which is fine. We can go back and forth with our pagination dots or our arrows up here. So let's decide what we want to do with it. I want to click back on the main Group Carousel settings here. We go down here under elements. You can decide whether you want to show the dot nav and the arrows right here. You can choose what icons you want for your arrows. I'm going to leave them on default. That all works for me. If you want to change it, just go down, find one, or you can do a search here. Carousel settings. I am going to do automatic rotation, but I'm not going to turn it on just yet. Center mode. I'm going to turn that on. Won't see much difference there because we've only got one slide. Now the transition speed right here is the time it takes to slide from one slide to the next one. I'm going to set perhaps half a second. I'm going to slow it down for a bit of grace. And the number of slides I actually want to show, well, on mine, I want to show 3. So I'm going to change that to 3. Perfect. We've got 3 there. Number of slides to scroll. Well, I only want them to scroll 1 at a time. So that's fine. If you wanted to do 3 at a time, obviously put 3 in there. Change that to however you want. Don't need any link. Don't want to change the background. We're not using a loop for this today. Okay. We want our middle slide to stand out and be a lot bigger. At the moment, it looks like some of these images are smaller than the others. That's okay. It's not going to make too much difference to me with this. But the center slide is what they call the active slide. If we only had one slide, that would basically be the slide that's showing would be the active slide. If we go over to our design here, we look down, we've got groups, which is all of our slides. We've got active groups. Just to demonstrate that, I'm going to go into the groups. I'm going to change them all to black and white. If we go in here, we've got various different settings for layout, spacing, background, border, box shadow, filters, transform, etc. If I just go to filters and perhaps take the color away, which we can do with saturation, we'll see that it turns them all black and white. But I want to highlight our middle one. I want to make it bigger, and also I want it to be in full color. So you may have figured this out already. We go back up to our groups here and we'll shut that down. Here's our active group. I'm going to go down to the filter right there. Watch that middle slide when I pull this saturation up. It says it's up to 100, but it's being overridden by the group one at the moment. So if I just move it a little bit and then pull it back up to 100, you'll see it's full color there. Then you can fine tune the little adjuster here. If you want it to be oversaturated, just pull it up the other way and those colors will be crazy. Regular 100% is going to work for me though. Perfect. And the other thing, it wants to be, like I say, highlighted a little bit larger. So we can do that if we close up the filters very easily by going down to transform here. And our first little tab is scale, just exactly what I want. Scale means you can make it bigger or smaller. We can just grab the arrow or you can type in values down here. Let's make it perhaps 30% bigger. Something like that. And again, you can fine tune with the little arrows here. If you've got the little chain checked as it is by default, it'll do both at once. That's going to work for me. It's kind of crowded the pagination dots a little bit, but you can decide whether you want those or not, and you can put them above or you can put them, overlay them. I think I'll do that. Let's go back up. I'm going to add a little bit of box shadow. So if we go back into the group, remember the group is all of them. Give it a little box shadow on the bottom. Lifts it off the page a little bit. Perfect. Okay, well, let's close that down. There's our dot nav up here. If I give it a silly color like I did before, maybe a bright hot pink or something like that, I'm going to put them over the top of our main slide there. Dot position. I'm going to change it from below to overlay. And it's kind of over there, which is fine. It's not too intrusive for me. Obviously, if you don't want them, you know how to get rid of them. Content. Elements, show.nav, get rid of them like that. I'm happy for them to be there. Great, well that's shaping up. Because we've enlarged this middle one here, I want to give it a little bit more space in our section, top and bottom, so it doesn't encroach on anything below. And it's not too close to the nav bar there, but of course that's entirely up to you, as is everything else. So let's go into our section. I'm going to just give it a little bit more space by going to design, spacing, padding top and bottom. Let's give it 100 pixels. Hit the chain, it'll do the other side. Just gives it a little bit more space there. Great. Now finally, I'm just going to turn on the automatic animation by going to our group carousel settings. Close out spacing. Under the content, carousel settings, automatic rotation. By default, it's set to 2000 milliseconds, 2 seconds. That's way too fast for me. I'm going to make mine about 4 seconds. So it'll pause on each slide for 4 seconds before rotating to the next one, as we've only selected one to scroll. I do want it to pause on hover so they can click on it and open the Lightbox. And of course, we do want it in center mode. Great. Well, let's check this out. I'm going to save draft. And we'll preview. Here it is. Every 4 seconds, it should slide to the new slide. Perfect. And another 4 seconds. As you can see, they're full color here. If we click on it, it's going to pop out into a Lightbox. And obviously that will be as big as your images are. That's the full size of that image. If they've got bigger images, it will appear bigger. We can close it out. It'll go on to the next one, etc., etc. When we hover over it, it's going to pause. For anybody that's wondering, that crazy alphanumeric number there, these are AI generated images, as I'm sure you can tell. You can rename that to whatever you want, or if you don't want to see it at all, you can just go into the image itself. If we go to our media library, I think that was the crazy car right there. There's that crazy thing. If you just delete this right here, don't need to save anything. It does it automatically for you. Says it's saved up there. So there we have it, guys. That's how to use image modules with the great new Group Carousel from Divi 5. It really is a fantastic feature. We've used plugins to do this before. One I can think of is Divi Supreme Pro, and they're busy converting their modules to Divi 5 compatibility as we speak, and I'll be doing a lot more of those videos when they finish doing that. So I hope that's answered that question. I hope you've enjoyed this today. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions about Divi 4 or Divi 5, put them down below. I'll do my best to answer them if I can, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.